is RSN, Rangers Sports Network, presented by Progressive. It is baseball time in Texas.
Boy, what a day yesterday in Houston. The Rangers needed a big performance from Big Game Nate, and they got it. 7 shutout innings in Houston, and the Rangers with a big offensive performance as they took the finale 8-0. Now, from the Front Range of the Rockies out in Colorado, Rangers baseball presented by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. It is the Rangers and Rockies, the opening game of our 3-game set. All right, welcome in, everybody. Great to have you along with us tonight. I'm Dave Raymond with Mike Bassick. It's a cool one here in Colorado, as you might be able to tell even by the pictures behind us. Rainy and chilly all day. Now, before the ball game, we did get some news specifically regarding the health of Corey Seager. He's now been placed on the injured list, a 10-day IL. Hopefully, it won't be longer than that for the Rangers. And Michael Hellman added to the roster today, and we will see him in this series. He might play a key role in the series. The Rangers need some good right-handed at-bats in this thing. So what we want to turn our attention to, though, is what we saw yesterday in Houston, which was a breakthrough day, perhaps, for the lineup.
Yeah, the Home Depot working on the win. Yesterday, the Rangers, without Corey Seager, were able to get on the board in the 5th inning. This 2-run shot from Jake Berger gave the Rangers the lead, and they kept the lead throughout the game. As the game went on, a big 5-run outburst late in the game. Brandon Nimmo with the double off of the wall. Kyle Higashioka gets the home run to give the Rangers an 8-0 win yesterday, and the offense looks to keep rolling here in freezing cold Colorado.
Well, it should be a hitter's haven. Hey, by the way, on the radio side, how about this? Cool pictures. Matt Hicks, Jared Sandler. They'll take you the rest of the way on the radio. Oh, wow. Those two guys, for better or for worse, will be on TV. And our better half, there's Laura Stickles. We'll have you the rest of the way here on the Boob Tube. Now, when we come back, Mike Bassick might have some interesting insight for you on the great outing of Mackenzie Gore. Last time we saw him. Looking for more of that today. Rangers baseball on RSN is presented by Progressive Insurance. Step up to the plate for savings. Visit progressive.com. And by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers.
Box spotlight is Mackenzie Gore's last start on Tuesday against the Arizona Diamondbacks. One of the best in his career. He had a career high 8 innings pitched, only 3 hits given up, 1 run, and 5 Ks. Also, fielding his position very nicely like athlete pitchers do. He's looking to have a similar performance here in Colorado. As we look at StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud, we look at Computer Gore, outs by pitch type last start. A whole bunch of red there. That's that 4-seam fastball. That's a career high in outs with that pitch. 4 on the curveball, a couple on the cutter and change, and 1 on the slider. Who swung at that curveball in front of home plate? Coming up next, in Colorado, it's the Rockies, it's the Rangers, it's a cold one. Let's see if the Rangers can start a winning streak next on RSN. I could roll.
Hey, this season, get a Baja for a blast. When a Rangers home run clears 420 feet, you can score free 20-ounce Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Register now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com to unlock the offer. Hey, and this is the place. What's going to happen? What would happen here at Coors Field, guys? Trying to stay warm down there tonight. Temperatures in the low 40s. The feels like it's been right around freezing, and it's only going to get a little colder as we go on here tonight. Let's take a look at the Trajan Wells starting lineup for the Rangers at 22 and 24. Andrew McCutchen leading it off and DHing. Brandon Nimmo in right field, bat second. Then it's Josh Young at third. Berger, Jansen, Duran in the middle. Foskey will be at second, Haggerty in left field, and Michael Hellman right in there today in center field batting ninth.
Well, it's pretty, you want to hit the ball on the barrel today. You do not want to get jammed. You don't want it off the end of the bat. Usually we talk about that in April as we get to May. Usually that comes to an end, and it was in the mid-80s on Saturday here in Denver, but it dropped tremendously last night. A rainstorm all day today, and you also have a wet field that you're dealing with.
Yeah, no, there are conditions today that are going to play a role in this one somehow or another. And I do think that the dampness, I think the long infield grass, we'll get into it tonight.
Jose Quintana on the mound for the Rockies. If you follow baseball, you've seen this man start. He's 114 and 112 in his career. He has a 3.97 ERA this season in his 7 starts. When we look at the arsenal, it's 4-seam, 2-seam, so 51% fastballs, then the change, curve, and slurve from that left side. The Rangers have their hands full with lefties. Let's see if they can get it going. And we look at the Rockies defense tonight. It's going to be McCarthy, Doyle rules in center field, Thompson in right field, in the infield, Karros, Tovar, Castro, and Rumfield, and Goodman doing the catching.
Okay, well, as we mentioned, chilly here tonight. And not a huge crowd. It's Bark at the Park night. And did I hear that correctly? I wasn't directly involved in the conversation, just kind of long-earing from a distance.
Okay.
But did they sell out the dog tickets tonight?
They did. I'm going to assume this. There are quite a few people who bought tickets tonight who said, not worth it.
Not those guys. They said absolutely. The good boys out.
Do you think dogs? What do you think they're dealing with here? I feel like this isn't bad for them.
Oh no, they're good with this.
They would much rather like this over 100 degrees, right?
For sure. Yeah. Well, the majority of them. I'm sure there's certain types of dogs that don't. Those guys look just pleased as punch, curious. A lot of stuff to keep them occupied today. Hey, over here. All right. Here we go. Andrew McCutchen leading it off, the Rangers with one of these rare starts from a lefty. And we will see how that plays out in the opening game of this series. It is the Rockies right now, worst record in the National League. The only team in baseball with a worse record than the Rockies will be the Rangers' next opponent, the Angels. And we go to Anaheim after this. Quintana, veteran left-hander, in his first pitch, that's pulled foul for strike one. Well, Andrew, 220 average, a home run, 5 driven in. Good numbers against the Rockies, of course, longtime Pirate, and then Phillies. Giants as well. Probably played a lot of games in this ballpark. And he takes a strike. It's 0-2. Andrew, that's why he is on this team, is to do damage against lefties. The Rangers stacked the lineup today. Only one left-handed hitter in there against Quintana. Good job by Koch to see another pitch.
Well, both these guys, veterans, 37-year-old on the mound, 39-year-old at the plate, and this is McCutchen's 28th at bat against Quintana.
28 at bat, and then he's also drawn 4 walks. So they've seen a lot of one another. 1-2 the count. And easily McCutchen the most experience head-to-head with Quintana. You mentioned earlier, veteran guy, been around a little bit. Here's a 1-2, and that one is hit foul. So putting some pitches on the 37-year-old here.
Yeah, this becomes a positive at bat. You already get kind of 1 point for getting to a 6th pitch. Let's see if you can pick up an extra point or 2 by getting to first base or more.
Yeah. Monday evening in Denver, they want it up, and he did get it up. This one is popped into right field. Thompson coming in, he makes a catch, and that is out number 1. So 6th pitch at bat, but it results in an out, and now The only left-handed hitter, Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo's average now at 267. Has 4 home runs, 13 driven in. Quintana's first offering, that one is a little bit up. Not just for Chucks, we'll see what that game time temperature. Well, game time temperature today was 43 degrees. And the feels like, or used to be the wind chill, but not just the feels like index. It says it feels like 37.
Okay. It does.
Hardy souls down there. All you need is a hoodie. We're good. 2-0. And a swing and a miss.
That's Quintana's fastball. Averages about 90 miles an hour on it. Interesting that he throws 90 but throws over 50% fastballs.
It's Bartolo Colon-esque. 2-1, and that's fouled back. Bartolo was always amazing that way, at least at the end of his career. Bartolo used to have some pretty high octane stuff, but even at the end of his career when he wasn't throwing that hard would throw, gosh, I mean, he was like 60, 70% fastballs. It was crazy. 2-2, and it's fouled away.
All about where you put it. Location, location, location.
A real estate agent? Well, Brandon, it's cooled off a little bit for him recently. He was 1 for 12 in Houston. Of course, it was a big double yesterday. Little bouncer right side of the infield, and it's a foot race with Quintana, and Quintana just did beat him there. 2 away. So it'll bring up Josh Young. Young, 6th with that 301 average. 5 homers, 20 RBIs. Oh, maybe I need to check my paperwork. It says 5th on the screen. Up there, no matter how you look at it.
I believe both of you, the screen and you.
I think there's a real strong argument for both. But I do believe probably only one of them is right. There's a swing and a high pop-up. Foul ground, first base side, and whoa, he goes tumbling into the dugout, and I thought he dropped the ball. Rumfield had it in the glove, and they're going to say it's a catch. For a moment, I thought he might have dropped it, but he stays with the play, and that's a wild finish to the first inning.
Well, this got interesting, and then it got a little bit scary. He makes the catch and holds on and gets a little help from his friends. Mackenzie Gore coming out to the mound for the Rangers. Yikes.
And so it will be the Rockies batting here at the bottom of the first against Mackenzie Gore.
Well, he's had a nice last start, his 9 starts on the year, a 4.5 ERA, and the Arsenal, we know it by now, has a really good curveball. It's going to be interesting to see that curveball here in Denver and how it reacts.
All right, well, the Rockies starting lineup today, their Trajan Wealth lineup, they are 18 and 29 and 11 games back of the Dodgers already. Willie Castro, Brenton Doyle, and TJ Rumfield up top. Goodman, Tovar, McCarthy in the middle. Kyle Karros, Thompson, and Fulford rounded out for Colorado. It's kind of fun tonight with the dogs here. I wonder if they'll get, tired, if the barking will calm down, if they'll just keep chatting all night. As Castro swings and misses at strike 1. Only 93 with that heater from Gore, who we've seen bring it a little closer to 97 a lot this year. That's low. 1-1.
But you wonder too, just getting the feel. The good thing about being a pitcher is you are warm out there, as in you're keeping constant movement, but sometimes your fingertips get a little bit numb and you want to feel that ball off your fingertips for command.
On one pitch. Man, that's a little bit high. Yeah, so a little bit of a challenge, especially early on. McKenzie works to the switch hitting Castro, bats right-handed here. 2-1 pitch, and that is lifted deep down the left field line. If that is fair, it is gone. No? That bounce off the fence and stay in play?
It bounced, I think, off that glass wall area.
Okay. Here we go. Get a nice, good look from this angle. Oh.
Yeah, the fence area then popped up, and
oh, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a chain link fence. Okay. Well, there you go. So Castro stays in the ballpark. That's a bonus. What a funny little area. Put that little fence up for a couple of feet. I guess it's only fair, right? A little defense here.
I haven't been here since 24, and I haven't been here a lot in my life. I don't remember that.
Or neither.
Maybe it has been there. I just don't remember having that little extra height of fence there.
Well, I appreciate it being there. My guess is McKenzie does as well. As the 1-0 to Doyle. That is a little bit in. 2-0, so there was that curveball. Talked about it a little bit early on Rangers game day, but that could be a challenging pitch to get to work effectively in this park. 2-0. And the fastball is outside.
When you
Ball
have
3.
big breaking pitches here, you just have to really quickly find your release point. If you have a good changeup, and Gore does, sometimes you like going fastball changeup a lot more early in the game and then throwing in a few breaking balls to see if you have a feel for it.
There's ball 4, and no challenge from the Rangers on that. Brenton Doyle, who strikes out a lot, never saw a strike.
The Rangers defense is brought to you by Vivint. Vivint is for you, and in the outfield today you have Haggerty, Hellman, and Nimmo. In the infield left to right is Young, Duran, Foscue, and Berger, and Danny Jansen doing the catching.
Well, there's Michael. There's a big part last year, the little run the Rangers had toward the end of the year. The Little Rascals were a sensation of sorts. Young guys playing with some energy and seemed to bring the Rangers back into contention in September. Well, the walk to Doyle, 2 men on for Rumfield now. 275 hitter. And Gore just having a whale of a time throwing strikes. What is that? 10 pitches, and only 2 of them have been strikes.
Well, the one thing he's also dealing with, a career high 8 innings last start. So when you've never done that, it's your recovery is just a little bit less, and you have to learn. You want to pitch 8 innings, but you have to learn also how to pitch that next 5th game or 5th day after pitching deep in the game.
Well, there's a strike and an immediate ABS challenge by the Rockies. Our ABS challenge, powered by T-Mobile. Let's take a look. A good challenge for Rumfield. So 3-0.
If there is a walk here, I think you have to go out and talk to him. I know it's early, but
Now, this is a rough start so far. The 3-0 pitch, and that's ball 4. Back-to-back 4-pitch walks. So that loads the bases. Nobody out, bottom of the 1st. And so here comes Jordan Teagues. Also kind of sends our conversation careening into that territory that we've covered, I feel like, a lot in this first quarter plus of the season, which is the first inning has been such a struggle for the Rangers.
yeah, and interesting because, you know, besides Rocker, I know that Leiter's a younger pitcher too, but besides Rocker, most of these guys have a lot of innings, a lot of starts in the major league. So you figure, well, they know how to handle and get themselves ready for the first pitch of the game, the first inning of the game.
Well, conversation done. Gore could use a ground ball here or a strikeout, let's face it. Hunter Goodman, he's a powerful hitting catcher, fouls this one back out of play.
I'm surprised he swung that. Now, he does have 11 home runs. This is their best hitter, but just a little bit surprised he was swinging there. And it wasn't down the middle.
It was after 8 straight balls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, generally speaking, that's the type of thing most guys have been taught to definitely let go, make the guy throw you a strike. So maybe a break for McKenzie. 1 strike offering, way inside. 1-1.
I was a little bit scared that got his back foot.
Yeah. We mentioned at the outset the Rangers, they haven't seen a lot of left-handed pitching, and they have not done all that well against left-handed pitching. Well, the Rockies have not hit lefties well either. Although they do have them loaded here with nobody out. And that's in there for, pardon me, that missed for a ball.
Yeah, he's missed low about 3 or 4 times where it's been on the plate but just below the zone.
Well, this is a really big pitch here to Goodman. And he's swinging, fouls it back, 2-2.
So here, Gore has gone to his curveball quite a bit to get strikeouts. We've seen how good it is, but he hasn't had command of that pitch yet. So does he go changeup here, or does he just go located fastball?
Let's see. Here it comes, and he goes with a breaking ball, and it's fouled away.
And that's his best strikeout pitch.
Looked like he executed that.
Yes. Yeah, it was probably a hair below the zone, but that's a good miss right there. And it's a tough pitch to lay off of.
Castro doubled to open the inning. Doyle and Rumfield walked behind him. Infield is back. Nobody out. The 2-2 and a swing and a miss. Gore comes back and strikes out Goodman, and that is a huge out.
Well, he goes to his favorite strikeout pitch, the curveball. This one stays away. Goodman thinking it's going to break back to the zone. It doesn't. And a big first out.
So now, Ezekiel Tovar. And Tovar goes after the first pitch, lines that out toward left field, and that one bangs just short of the wall. Haggerty hustles it back in. 2 runs come in to score, and the Rockies draw first blood. So Tovar with a 1-out double gets the Rockies going tonight, 2-0.
Well, we were warned before this game that the Rockies love swinging first pitch. And right here, a first pitch curveball. It's not a bad pitch, it's below the zone. But Tovar goes down and gets it and puts the Rockies on the board in a hurry, and 2 other guys are now in scoring position.
Well, they keep Rumfield to third base. Tovar at second, and now first pitch swinging. Little number back toward the mound. Diving attempt by Gore. He knocks it down, but has no play. And McCarthy is aboard.
Well, I know that there's great effort here, but my question is, all right, you do this. You catch it clean. What does it matter? You can't throw, like as a pitcher, right here you dive and you catch it. Well, you have a third baseman there. You shouldn't ever leave your feet as a pitcher like that, because you're not saving a run and you can't get an out. There's no way you're going to get up quickly and throw the guy out at first base. You got to let your third baseman have that ball.
Yeah, so Skip Schumacher saying before the ball game, little things like that can really magnify in this ballpark. They're loaded again with one out. Here's Karros. And he takes ball one. Kyle Karros. Might recognize that last name, son of Eric Karros. .231 average this year. They love his work at third base, and they feel like the bat and the power portion of it will come along. He's a high on base guy, or has been, on his way up to the big leagues. And the Rockies, they're kind of encouraged. I think they feel like they may have something with Karros. Just 23 years old. One. And it runs right in on the hands. So the Hardy folks that are here kind of excited. The team off to a good start in the first inning. The 2-1 pitch. There's a strike. And that'll square it at 2-2. Here we go again with Gore, by the way. This will be his 25th pitch of the first inning. These big, long innings so many times have such a big impact on his overall outing. 2-2. And he strikes out Karros. So second strikeout in the inning, and they're 2 away.
Good breaking ball here, and gets the chase, stays on the plate, gets it below the zone. His curveball does have good downward movement today. He just has to be able to locate his fastball better.
Well, Sterling Thompson now the batter, and he swings and misses at strike one. Left-handed hitter. He's 0 for 4 in the early going this year. Spent most of his time in the minor leagues at AAA. He takes low, 1-1. Gore just trying to survive this first inning. He's given up 2 hits, both doubles down into the left field corner. That's on the ground near second base. Foscue has it, throws over to first, and the inning is done. The Rockies will have to settle for 2 runs and a lengthy first for Mackenzie Gore. When we come back, Jake Berger at the big game in Houston. He'll lead things off here in Denver.
2-0 Rockies. We head to the second inning. Jake Berger leading it off. And our TXU Energy power stats. Jake Berger, one of 3 players this year with 3 games of 4 or more RBIs in a game. The other 2, Brandon Lau and Drake Baldwin.
Okay, yeah. That's interesting. Only 3 guys. That is a career high, and he's done it now multiple times this year. Well, he starts things off in the second. First pitch from Quintana, and that one is off the plate. .232 average. 8 home runs, 31 RBIs. And he takes on the outside corner. 1-1. Quintana in his 15th year in the big leagues. And he has pitched everywhere. I always think him as a Chicago White Sox. That's no doubt where we've seen the most of him. Long hold is 1-1. And Berger takes strike 2 of fastball. It's 91 miles per hour.
So you're saying if you play that square game on Baseball Reference, if you just put Quintana on any one of them, it'll probably work out?
Will work out. It's low. I mean, 6 years on the south side of Chicago, 4 years with the Cubs on the north side of Chicago, couple of seasons with the Mets. He's pitched with the Angels, the Brewers, the Pirates, the Cardinals, the Giants, and now the Rockies. 2-2, and he gets Berger out in front of that slurve. His first strikeout tonight.
Well, this one on the plate and then breaks down and in. This is what you'd consider a back foot breaking ball and gets the result that Quintana wants, not the one Berger wanted.
Well, here's Danny Jansen. And Danny takes the outside corner. I would say that Quintana has been pretty good at locating that fastball. I mean, he's shooting corners and he's hitting them. It's tight. 1-1.
One of his favorite songs by Aerosmith, Living on the Edge.
Probably. That should be his, it's not, it's like a walkout song. Is that what we call
I guess so.
For starters? 1-1. Jansen kind of caught in between. I feel like we saw a lot of that in Houston. Guys caught a little between the breaking ball and the fastball. Here it comes. And that's up. Quintana, perfect 1-2-3 in the first inning. Gets the strikeout of Berger. Is 2-2 now to Danny. And that's a bouncer first base. Backhand pick Plumfield. And Quintana gets over to cover. 2 gone. Gives us a moment for Academy Sports and Outdoors. All right, here's Ezekiel Duran. Zeke checking in at 270 now. Look at those career numbers, though, against the Rockies. 424 lifetime average against Colorado. He's kind of a mountain man, I'd say, about Zeke. Wearing that balaclava underneath the helmet, trying to stay warm, keep the wind off him. Hits this ball hard out into left field. And the Rangers have their first base runner. Duran, a sharp single to left field.
Well, that raises the 424 average here. Fastball placed well on the inside corner, but Zeke turns it around in a hurry and gets it 102 miles an hour into left field.
And so he's aboard and he can run. 4 steals. He's been caught once. There's Quintana, left-hander, looking right at him. And the first pitch to Foscue is off the plate. Foscue batting 7th, a 182 average with a home run. Now, this has always been such a hitter-friendly ballpark. I think a lot about home runs here as this one is hit high in the air, deep out to center, carrying well, and that one hits off the fence. Duran waved around third base. He heads in, he'll score. Foscue with the RBI double, and the Rangers are on the board. It's 2-1.
And this was like when you threw up that ball and it never came down on Rangers game day. This one is hit very well. A breaking ball hit 105, and this one carries into that center field, right center field area. It was a great play off the wall by Doyle, but Zeke running hard the whole way. Scores easily.
All right, and he's in scoring position for Haggerty. And Sam takes a strike. So Foscue with his 3rd RBI. His recent call-up. That's a big one after the 2 runs scored by the Rockies. No shutdown inning for Quintana. 0-2 now on Haggerty. Plus there's a 2-out RBI double. These 2-out RBIs feel really good.
And for the Rangers, 2 outs, nobody on. Zeke gets the hit, then the double.
Check back there, Foscue. The 0-2, and that's off the plate.
Catcher is challenging the ball call.
Challenge from Goodman back there. Thought that was a strike. That's interesting. And I'm not sure. We might have a kind of a funky angle here. Yeah, that's a ball.
Calls confirmed.
But I'll be honest with you, that's a lot closer than it looks to me live. So.
I'm with you. I mean, that's less than a centimeter, and I thought for sure it was a ball, and Goodman almost had that one right.
Yeah. So they lose a challenge. Now the 1-2. That's in. Boy, Quintana, he is a very deliberate holder in that set position with a runner at second.
Well, he's coming set here with 8 seconds still on the clock.
2-2. Sam couldn't stop himself. He strikes out swinging, and the inning is done. But the Rangers get on the board. Justin Foscue had a big base hit in Houston to break up a no-hitter. Has a big double here today to get the Rangers scoring started. Well, a 2-1 ball game. That's interesting. But as we go to the bottom of the second inning, this is more so. Peyton Gray is coming in on a standard insurance call to the bullpen in the second. Gore done after 1 inning.
Well, Peyton Gray's going to need to eat some innings here. But the concerning part is Mackenzie Gore, 28 pitches, 1 inning. And we were talking during the break about him diving for that ball. And I don't know. I have no idea why he was taken out of the game. But, you know, I do worry about a pitcher for some reason diving for a ball and then wondering if there was something that bugged him when he got to the dugout.
Well, and on the dive, when he made that play, he didn't get the ball cleanly, and it seemed like the ball kind of ended up, or he ended up landing on top of the ball with his ribs or something, which looked uncomfortable. Kind of the equivalent of stepping on a Lego in the middle of the night when you're tiptoeing through the house. So I don't know. We'll see if there is anything along those lines. I'm sure we'll get an update later in the ball game. For now, we don't know. Braxton Fulford leading it off. He's a designated hitter batting 9th, and he takes up and out, ball 1. So Rangers will be using a lot of bullpen arms here tonight. Fulford lifts that out to center field, and Hellman makes the catch. 1 out. And it turns the lineup over for Willie Castro.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Cal Quantrill, great at eating innings. What day did he pitch in Houston?
Yeah, Quantrill, I want to say, pitched in Saturday's game, right? He threw 2 innings Saturday, back of DeGrom.
So he could maybe give you 2 innings today, but not a lot.
Yeah. The good news is, I recall, they're not very stressful. I think he had 1 base runner. So, but that's easy for me to say.
Okay, well, I mean, you do have a well-rested bullpen.
Yeah. Because the starting pitching was excellent in that series in Houston. And the pitching overall was really good in Houston. Rangers ended up dropping 2 of 3. There's a bouncer down to first. Boy, that got down on Berger in a hurry. And good exchange with Gray. They retire. Castro, 2 up, 2 down.
He hit 101 off the bat, but right at him.
Well, you say 101, that seemed harder.
2 hopper, Berger stays down, gets it, and gives the flip to first. Rather Berger just touch first base himself, but that's all right.
I'm kind of with you on that. I didn't understand why you necessarily need to wait for somebody to get there. So 2 gone, and here is Doyle. And Doyle swings and misses. Now, they had 3 lefties and a switch hitter in their lineup today. Mostly right-handed against Mackenzie Gore. And with Gore coming out of the game after an inning, now you can't kind of go with your right-handed arms for a bit and try and leverage that mismatch, I guess, in as much as you would perceive there to be a mismatch right-handed here. 2-strike pitch and a swing and a miss. Doyle goes down quickly, and boy, Peyton Gray, that's a pretty nasty second inning on short notice. Nicely done. We are just east of the Continental Divide. Here in Denver, it's 2-1.
After being out of the lineup now for 3 games, Corey Seager was placed on the 10-day IL today with back inflammation, retroactive to May 15th. Skip Schumacher said backs are tricky and they don't want to push this to a point where it becomes a longer thing later down on the line. Now, Corey is currently back in Texas, but Skip said he could rejoin the team and resume baseball activities in Anaheim. Now, in the interim, Michael Hellman was called up from Round Rock today, so he's currently playing center field today. And then Skip did say Ezekiel Duran will take over primary duties at shortstop in the meantime. But with Corey and Wyatt Langford both on the IL now, this is definitely a situation that's testing the Rangers' depth.
It is, and Skip Schumacher said earlier today how you got to try to manufacture runs when you don't have those 2 guys in the lineup. You can still hit homers, but maybe a little bit more aggressive on the bases. Try different ways to score.
Bunting, I mean, he mentioned it. They may just find themselves bunting a little bit here. This tall grass, wet conditions tonight. Here's Hellman, though, getting his first at bat of the 2026 season. And flares it foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Michael joins the team today, immediately in the lineup. We'll see if he can have an impact on this game. The Rangers need good at bats against left-handed starters. At least they do tonight. 1-2. That is outside and low.
You get 2 out of 3 here, right? Because Freeland is Wednesday, I believe, unless things changed.
I was going to say, have they announced their starters yet?
I was looking.
But it would be. I mean, it should be. Little bouncer along third base. It was foul. They haven't, for some reason, they've been very coy about who they're going to pitch in any of these games. They still haven't announced a starter for tomorrow. But I'm with you, because I was looking at how they've been using their starters. It's pretty clear it would be.
Yeah. I feel like baseball at times has turned into college football with who's going to be the starting quarterback. Just say it.
Not tricking anybody. There's a strikeout of Hellman. 1 away. So that'll turn the lineup over here. Take a look at Warren Schaefer. He took over last year for Bud Black after the Rockies got off to a terrible start last year. And they ended up with just a miserable season. Started terrible, but only ended miserable. That's high. Schaefer, frankly, almost doubled the rate at which they won games once he took over as manager. Now, it wasn't good. They went 36 and 86 under Schaefer. This is his first full season. High pop-up out near second base, and Tovar takes care of it. And I would say, in the case of anybody involved last year on the management side, that is to say on the field managing side of it, wasn't their fault.
No. They just have to have, you talked about young guys like Karros, who they like. 2 years ago, Tovar, they thought was going to be a possible all-star shortstop, and he still might be. He's a young player, but he has not developed at the rate that they would hope he would at the major league level.
Big slurvy breaking ball to Nemo for strike 1. Well, we just got word, and it was left lat tightness that took Gore out of the game today. Swing and a miss at the slurve. And there were moments in that first inning, didn't really make anything of it, but there were a couple of moments where you'd see him kind of stretching that side or reaching to that left side. So it might have been, it must have been bugging him. Certainly after the end of the inning, it was bugging him enough to come out of the ball game.
You mentioned 93, 94 at the fastball for an average, mid, 96.5 or so for his fastball on the season. He really never let one loose.
There's that mound visit. You see that stretching of the arm right there, and Teague's coming out. There's definitely, yeah, you see just the way he's moving around there. We saw a couple other instances. 0-2 to Nimmo, and he buries a curveball there. And I don't know why Quintana wouldn't just keep coming with the breaking balls. It's that Nimmo a little off kilter with him.
I'm with you, except he loves throwing fastballs.
Oh, a little rain starting to fall again. It's been like this all day.
Can ask Laura if that's warm rain or cold rain.
1-2 pitch and a little dribbler. First base side, good glove, scoop, and flip in one motion. And Castro helps to retire Brandon Nimmo to end a 1-2-3 third inning. Played 2.5 in Colorado. It's 2-1. Good to see old Gus Chickens, the old prospector, here in attendance. I'm panning for gold all afternoon on a front range. Thought he'd come taking the ball game. Nice to have him. Hey, our Choctaw Casinos and Resorts game within the game today. We talk a lot about Coors Field, and you can see giving up over 10 runs per game, nearly 2.5 homers per game with a combined slug of 450. So it remains a very much an offensive ballpark. Rumfield, Goodman, and Tovar here in the third inning. And that one in there, 0-2.
Any chance our camera people can find Buzz Lightyear or Woody around here?
The whole cast. How, by the way, how is it that on Bark in the Park night, the old prospector doesn't have his trusty old dog with him? 0-2. Yeah, that's pulled foul. It is very chilly Monday night. Rain off and on. Mostly on.
Yeah.
But it was off briefly when we started the ball game. Two-strike bouncer down the first baseline. Weird hop at the last second, but Berger stays with it, and Rumfield retired. We've got time here for Globe Life.
I do think about my family's future. That's what I trust Globe Life. They've been helping families for more than 125 years. Globe Life, make tomorrow better.
Adrian Beltre hated his head getting rubbed by Elvis Andrus. So far, 4 batters hate this changeup from Mr. Gray.
Boy, is that the case? Peyton 4 up, 4 down, and he gets a strike in there to Goodman. You see that at 92 miles per hour, and then that changeup is such a great weapon. He's back with a fastball. 1-1. 30-year-old rookie, Peyton Gray. What a fun story. Guy who was out of affiliated ball for 3 years, but didn't give up on the dream. That one on the ground in the hole short. You see that strong arm from Duran, and Berger had no choice, had to leave the bag. That one was offline, and Goodman is on.
Well, Zeke does a nice job with the glove here. We'll see him set his feet. He gets into the outfield grass where it's going to be a lot slicker. He gets back onto the dirt, but unfortunately has enough on the throw. The throw beats the runner, but unfortunately just not accurate.
It's tough to trust me. That is Duran under there. Here's Tovar, and he'll take one a little bit high.
So they give that a hit. But if the ball beats the runner by 2 steps, why is that a hit?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, let's start with this. It's like traveling in the NBA. It's very difficult to get an error anymore in baseball. You really, really have to botch a play to get an error anymore. So that might be a little more of our commentary than anything else. But I think the argument, if you're going to have an argument there, and I'm with you, I kind of think that's an error. But the argument would be that it would take such a good play by Duran that you can't assume that a shortstop go in the hole like that, plant and make that throw. That is clearly the argument that they're making as an official score. I would argue otherwise. In the big leagues, you're a shortstop. You're paid to actually make that play. 3-1 the count here on Tovar. What do you think? How's that work for you?
Sure.
Now, as a pitcher, I know they're all errors. 3-1, and that's a strike. Full count.
Batters
Challenging an ABS challenge here for Tovar. Now remember, they already missed on one challenge. So for Tovar, yeah, they're out of challenges now for the rest of the game. Oh, no, backwards, David. That he got it right. So he gets ball 4, and they maintain their remaining challenge. There we go. So a walk for Tovar. That brings up McCarthy. Gray deals low and inside, ball 1. All right, so I tried to answer your question. Give me your explanation.
I think Duran made the tough part in the backhand play and then set his feet and had time to make an accurate throw. And if it was going to be, if you see Berger catch the ball and then you're like, gosh, I'm not sure if it would have been safer out if he would have been on the base. It's a hit. But if you're like, I'm sure that the ball would have beat the runner.
Right. The ball did beat him, right? It's very clear the ball beat him, too. It's just that the throw was wide, and yeah, to me, that's an error.
But I'm with you that times have changed. And it's changed for a while now. It's not just the last few years.
But you know, you say that. I really do feel like in 10 years, it has taken a very, very drastic turn that way. 1-2. And that's in the dirt. Whereas literally 10 years ago, that's an error.
Yes.
It's just flat out an error. And there's been quite the erosion in that thinking anymore, for whatever it's worth. 2-2, and that's inside. Now, what about the argument? Brian Kenny makes this argument all the time on MLB Network that enough with the errors. Why bother with errors? You put it in play, you reach safely, just call it a hit.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I do like that.
Strikeout of McCarthy, and that takes all of the ambiguity out of the equation.
Change up. Peyton Gray, big situation, goes to the changeup, gets McCarthy out in front. This ball looks like it's going to be on the corner and off the plate, and a big strikeout. Looking for one more. I don't get there's no such thing as an error in baseball, but he said it on the air, so.
He did. There's a bouncer left side of the infield, and Young just missed it. Hangs off the side of his arm. 1 run scores. They're waving Tovar. He scores, and now they get the run down at second, and they'll put out Karros to end the inning. But that play yields 2 runs. And that is an error. And the inning is done. Rockies take a 4-1 lead to the 4th.
Well, the Rangers give the Rockies 2 in the 3rd inning. It's 4-1 Rockies. Here's the last play. It looks like you're going to get out of the inning with a routine ground ball. But Josh Young can't make the play. The Rockies are hustling, sending the second guy home. He scores easily. Luckily, Josh Young cuts this off, and you get out of the inning with the force tag there from Foscue. There's obviously the run counting. He scored in plenty of time before the tag. And it is raining. It is raining. It is not light anymore.
So a 4-1 deficit now. Young will try to atone for that last play, and he watches a curveball strike one. I'm not sure if I am reading this correctly. The feed from Major League Baseball says Kyle Karros singles on a ground ball to left field on that play. How is that a ground ball to left field?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I want to find. What am I doing here? I'm gaslighting.
Well,
Mike.
maybe Brian Kenny's the official scorekeeper here in Colorado.
1-1, and that is upstairs. Ball 2. The rain right now a lot more significant than we've seen it since coming out to the ballpark earlier this afternoon. Ground ball, shortstop, a bobble. Tovar grabs it, and he makes the throw to get Young. A little juggling act on that as well, and you can see him a little relief on that face after the play.
Obviously, you're dealing with a very wet ball here, and it slips out of the glove, but he makes the recovery and makes an accurate throw to first. Never really got in the pocket.
Well, it has the chance of being a really weird night with all the precipitation as Berger takes the ball. Noe Schumacher said it before the ball game today. He's like, a 4 or 5 run lead in this ballpark is just, it's hardly worth considering much of a lead at all. And that has historically really been the case here. This, you look at the ballpark effects numbers for Coors Field, and whether it's over a 2-year rolling period, 3-year rolling period, it's just absurd how this ballpark yields runs, batting average, extra base hits, slug, all that stuff at a rate so far and above everywhere else. It was truly one of the more extreme and unique ballparks in baseball that way. Then you throw in the conditions tonight. 1-2, and Berger lifts it out into right field. Thompson toward the line, and he gets there to make the catch. 2 down, and before Danny Jansen bats, let's slide over here for Kia.
Dave,
yeah.
So I'm confused, and I had to go back and look because there is an error on the board for the Rangers. They changed the Zeke play to an error.
Oh.
So now they're like, that was a throwing error, but the 3-hopper was not.
The ball is crushed, but foul. Okay, so
which, if you're going to make me choose, I'm serious. If you're going to make me choose, it's more of an error on Young than it is on Zeke. If you're making me choose one error,
I would agree. I thought, I gave you the kind of flim-flam justification for the scoring on the Zeke play. I would never bother to even try to stretch reality enough to argue for a hit on that last play. 0-2, and that is just off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Quintana gave up a run in the second. Trying to go for the outside corner. He misses off with the changeup.
the exit velo on the ground ball to third was 64.8 miles an hour.
I guess at the end of it, the result is neither of the runs earned because of the error. That's low, full count. So from the standpoint of Peyton Gray preserving his statistical line, it's fair in that regard. 3-2, and here's a high fly ball. Center field, right center field, and through the raindrops, it's Thompson coming over from right who makes the catch, and the inning is done. Quintana has retired now 7 straight. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning in rainy Denver, Colorado. It's 4-1 Rockies.
Yesterday in Houston, even the home run lights got fooled by Brandon Nimmo. They started flickering as Nimmo brought back this would-be home run from Yordan Alvarez. Now take a look at these fans. They're ducking out of the way as Nimmo robs that ball. Evo, a big fan of that play, obviously, but Nimmo took note of those fans, so a couple innings later, he brought back a couple signed baseballs, including one that said, "Thanks for letting me go after it." As you can see right there, the fan is Ronald Branch. He's actually a 31-year Astros season ticket holder. He said he knew the rules and there was no way he was going to reach over and interfere with that play. He said, "I'm a loyal Astros fan, but I'm loyal to the game as well." So I thought that was pretty special.
That was cool yesterday. I thought that was fun when he took those out there, and we weren't real sure at the time when we were watching it. I can't remember what we said exactly, except that we felt like maybe he was helping those folks out since they would have had a souvenir. He gave him a souvenir. I thought maybe he was trolling him a little bit, but he was just being a good dude. And a swing and a miss by Thompson.
You know, Dave, Nimmo actually likes to bring balls out to the fans on the road because he feels like he can make friends out there. He was talking to us about it today.
Always make friends by.
Except, he said, in Philly. That's the one place he was never able to make friends when he was with the Mets.
Sometimes it's hard to make friends with the Mets when you're on the Mets.
It's also true. 2-1 pitch, bounced up the middle and bobbled by Duran. No throw offered. He scored that one a double.
This one was hit hard, 105 miles an hour, and then off the mound. Zeke, I do like him at shortstop. This was a tough hop, hit hard there. You're dealing with a wet ball, it's skipping, it's hitting the mound. I wouldn't mind if they gave that a hit, to be honest.
Fulford takes a strike. That is one thing, right? Especially when you hit a ball crisply on wet grass like this, you don't get the, your regular bounce.
Yeah.
It will skid, and it can definitely throw you off a little bit. A play, though, I'm sure if you ask Zeke, he would say, "I will make that play," and I would expect to make that play. But yeah, the conditions are not good tonight. They got like about an inch of rain yesterday. A lot more today, so it's soaking wet out there. Big lead at first for Thompson. The throw over, and he's able to dive back in.
Skip put his hand up in the dugout. They're going to take a peek here just to make sure.
All right, they're discussing. And you have a, nope, not going to challenge. I'll let that one go, but that was a pretty good move. Very close.
Yeah.
0-2, and that's way off the plate.
The bigger base really helps the runner there, how far they can dive kind of into right field and get away from the first baseman making the tag. That's where being left-handed helps out on that tag.
Bouncer third base, Young smothers it, throws to second, one on to first, and that will be offline, but they do get Thompson. 5-4. And there's one down.
Well, nice job, Young, staying with it. After the bobble, no chance to get the double play, but nice job here staying with it, picking it up, and throwing a strike to Foscue.
Now here's Willie Castro, runner going. The pitch is a strike. The throw Did that hit the bat?
No, it slipped out.
Slipped out of his hand?
It was almost like a Harlem Globetrotter situation, it looked like. Hopefully he's okay, but.
Wow.
Luckily, it stayed in the infield.
No kidding. Yeah, so again, just another reminder of kind of what you're dealing with tonight. It's like they're playing with a wet bar of soap out there. And I'll recall the comments again of Skip Schumacher talking about defense, every little thing today. It's going to be really important. They got to be buttoned up to win a game here in these conditions tonight. Fulford with a steal, and he is very fast.
I think
he's out at second there.
Anybody who's played high school sports, that's an outdoor sport, whether it's football, baseball, soccer, and everybody's playing in the same elements. The Rockies are playing in this mess and this cold too. But man, when you're winning, it's not as cold, and it is freezing when you're losing.
That is true. That is a fact of life. And there's a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Peyton Gray, by the way, continuing to do a really nice job here in relief. Now the Rangers, I don't know how far they'll be able to push him, but he's been pretty efficient. Imagine if all the plays have been made behind him, right? He's had a couple that have been a little elusive for his teammates. 2-2, and it's a full count. Well, he's up there throwing strikes and using that changeup effectively. 2 unearned runs last inning. It's 4-1 Rockies. Still pretty early in this one. 3-2. Strike 3 called. He gets Castro looking. And Castro looked like circled back to see if he could get a challenge, but you can see our plate umpire, Adam Hammer, he's saying, no, it's too late.
Man, this is a great fastball here. Let's see if it catches it. It does. It's a perfect pitch. But once the head goes back towards the dugout, you're done in the challenge aspect. Great pitch.
Well, for Castro, he's fortunate because that would have burned their last challenge. So another meeting on the mound. Jalen Beeks getting ready in the Rangers bullpen with a left-hander. Rumsfeld due up after this right-handed batter, Brenton Doyle. So this might be the last hitter here for Gray.
Yeah, and if Gray can get the last out here, like you said, most likely last hitter. If he can get the last out here, what a heck of a job to come in. Yeah, 2 runs are on the board, but in my book, he has not given up a hit yet.
Yeah.
I know that he has, but I'm not the official scorekeeper, so it doesn't matter.
Two errors behind him, and then one play that was scored ahead, but frankly was the most error of all the errors. It's off the plate, 2-0. You could even use the word errant in that spot, but no do-overs. Doyle has walked and struck out and has scored a run. And he lines that one out towards center field. That'll drop in for a hit. Howland up with it quickly, but it'll be cut off near the mound. It's enough to get Fulford to the plate. 2-out RBI single for Doyle. It's 5-1 Colorado.
Well, Doyle gets something up belt high here that he can handle and hits it back up the middle. Gets an RBI, gets a 5th run for the Rockies. I know Gray's getting pulled out of this game, but I'm very proud of that young man and what he was able to do today.
Well said, man. Well said. That is a great effort from Peyton Gray tonight. Coming in on short notice, and now Jalen Beeks is prepared out of that bullpen. Comes in a 5-1 game. So Peyton Gray will look on from the dugout for the remainder of this 4th inning. He leaves that man out at first base, and it's a Standard Insurance call to the bullpen as Jalen Beeks checks in for the 21st time this year.
2.95 ERA, runner on first base here, looking to strand that runner and get the Rangers back in the dugout and in those heaters and hopefully get the bats hot.
Yeah, we'll get a little something going on the offensive side. Keeps Doyle maybe a little closer with that casual pickoff move. One thing I think that has happened since the game started, Mike, is just looking at the pennants out in center field at the top of the rock pile, they call it. Runner going. Pitch is a strike. Throw to second is not in time. Just to the wrong side of the bag. Duran couldn't get the tag over on Doyle in time, and he has his 9th stolen base of the year.
Well, good jump going first move. Zeke does everything he can there, makes the pick here. Gets the tag on as fast as he can, but not that close.
Pitch to Rumfield, that one bounces up there. I mean, way short.
I wonder if he lost his footing there or lost the grip on release. Luckily, it didn't get too far away.
Yeah.
Something went wrong.
Yes, and both of those are very possible, right?
I think he just lost the grip there on release point. Felt uncomfortable with it. Might have slipped just a hair and then kind of guided it just to get it to home plate.
2-1 to count. And there's a strike. Anyway, I was looking at those pennants out in center field. They are blowing out now and with pretty good energy. And while it has been chilly all night, it has gotten flat out cold, and a lot of that is that wind. That area out there in center field known as the rock pile. Two, and this one is lined into center field. That's a base hit. Doyle rounds third. He scores easily. Rumfield with an RBI single. 6-1 Rockies.
Well, that one's just right down the middle. It hit hard.
There's a swing of the very first pitch of the at-bat. Goodman lofts it out into left field. And that is the final out of the inning. 2 more runs in the 4th, though, for Colorado. They've done that 3 times tonight. They lead it 6-1.
Our Coors Banquet Start Your Legacy flashback is Shin Soo Choo here in Colorado. Back in the day when it was warm and sunny and beautiful in Denver, Colorado. This looks like a cycle on July 21st, 2015. 2 ear flaps, 1 cycle. Here's our old buddy, Tony Beasley. There's the flags. It's not sunny, it's not warm, and the wind is a whipping.
Yeah, she's a chilly one today. 6-1. Rockies on top. It was snowing in the mountains today and along the Front Range. Not down here in Denver. We're in Lodo, lower downtown. There's a strike. Get us going here in the 5th inning. It's Duran, Foscue, and Haggerty. In fact, it's still snowing out in some of the mountainous areas. Just off in the distance, and not very far off in the distance. Breaking ball, lofted out to center field, and that's a routine play. Duran retired, 1 away. Usually you can see the mountains. One of the great features of this ballpark, but not today. It's a bunch of pea soup out there.
Looks like Cleveland.
Yeah, frankly, a lousy day. Here's strike one to Foscue on the outside corner. Oh, Foscue had the double in the second inning. That drove in the Rangers' run. And he takes upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Foscue, a right-handed hitter, and again, you need righties who can hit lefties. It's kind of critical. Fly ball, deep center. That one's got a chance. Doyle is back. It's gone! And Foscue leaves the yard. A towering home run to center. It's 6-2. So he's having a big night tonight.
Foscue likes Denver, Colorado. That is right on the outside corner, about thigh high. Foscue 104 miles an hour, plenty of elevation over the center field wall.
All right. That's a big fly right there. Is Haggerty now chops one left side of the infield. Tovar has it. His throw in time. 2 away. These games are, they can be a bit of an adventure. And you kind of, whatever side you're on over the course of the night, you got to be prepared for the ebbs and the flows.
He got home run ball number 1, right? He can get that one too.
Yeah.
Because the other one bounced back in.
This one lined out over third into left field, and Hellman is on. So Michael gets a hit in his first game this season.
Good job picking out a pitch you like early. Change up 83, outside, but high enough to handle.
Here comes Andrew McCutchen. That area you're talking about where the home run ball went for Foscue, that's one of the cooler batter's eyes in the big leagues. They've done a great job of just using a natural backdrop there instead of just a green tarp.
Those are fake, right?
No, I don't think those are fake.
Okay.
Bouncer down the third baseline. Not a simple play. Karros on the run. Throws, and it's in time. Now they're immediately signaling back into the dugout. They want to take a moment and make sure, yeah, they're going to challenge it. And I'm with them here. Just, you know, that little part of your brain that's calibrated a certain way said that he was safe. Alan Porter will let us know that they're going to challenge this. I'm putting a hit in my book.
Texas is challenging the out call at first base.
So let's take a look. Foot down.
Yep.
Yeah, well before the ball gets there.
We're playing baseball. Rangers still hitting. Let's go.
Well, they're still hitting. They've got 2 men on and Nemo coming up. I say that as if we've already heard from New York. We have it, and here we go.
After review, the call on the field's overturned. Runner is safe. Texas will retain their challenge.
Darn tootin'. Okay. Hellman at second, McCutchen at first. Good hustle by Andrew, and now here is Nemo, but not before we have a conversation out on the mound. So the Rockies want to talk things over. This is the thing, right? You get a couple of men on in this ballpark, and all bets are off.
Skip was saying, look, a 4-run lead is not a lot here.
It just isn't.
You need a 7-run lead late to feel comfortable in this place.
So they talk it over. Now, Quintana has got Nemo to hit it on the ground twice, and both times over to the right side of the infield. Well, those are great numbers there for Quintana. 138 batting average against with runners in scoring position. So he's been awfully good in these spots. The Rangers, this has been their biggest weakness. Let's see if Nimmo can maybe turn that around. Pulls it, foul, strike one. Now for Nimmo, these aren't outrageous conditions in which to be playing. I did check just a little bit ago. I think it's 42 degrees now, so it hasn't cooled off a whole lot. The wind is picked up. Wind out of the north.
A lot of outfield grass here.
A ton of outfield grass, and you can run for a while in this ballpark when it gets to the outfield. In the dirt. Good pick back there by Goodman. 1-1. You don't see a lot of exciting plays at the plate here because that outfield's so big and outfielders have to play so deep that even when they get a ball on a hop or whatever, it's just too far to get the ball all the way to the plate in time for a play. Runners leading. 1-1. That's ball two.
You know, rarely I would say watching Quintana pitch that he overthrows the ball, or as you know, sometimes somebody say trying too hard. But I feel like the last couple pitches he's overthrown a little bit, and that front side has really gone towards the third base side.
See if he makes a mistake to Nimmo. There it is. And it's fouled back. Even sings it 2-2.
He corrected it there. Kept his glove side strong. Stayed on line.
So 2 strikes on Nimmo. 2 outs in the inning. How about that with 2 strikes, yielding a 979 OPS. Wow. Outside, and it's a full count. That's an enormous number. 929 OPS. Well, Hellman at second, McCutcheon at first. They'll be off. Rev up those engines. There they go. 3-2 off the plate, ball 4. So now they're loaded up. And Quintana's troubles are compounding. Keep in mind, they already had the 1 visit.
There's not many people here, but there's quite a few Ranger fans that are here.
Yeah, I've been intrigued by the energy from the crowd. It seems like they get fired up here when the Rangers are threatening. Yeah, look at him making noise. Young the batter. And he takes a ball. This is the first really long inning for Quintana today.
Kind of surprising that nobody's playing catch yet.
I'm with you. Rangers everywhere. 1-1. Young, a little excited, I think, at the opportunity. Josh is looking for his first hit on this road trip. The only hit was for Houston, 0 for 12. Did have a walk. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight. This would be a good time for it. 1-2 the count on Young.
It'll be interesting here. Josh Young has done a good job throughout the season in hitting with 2 strikes, but those 2 swings on off-speed pitches way out in front.
But this is where he's made the big adjustment with 2 strikes. And if he just stays true to the philosophy he's been using, this is where he's really dangerous. His philosophy here is just touch the ball. Don't drive it, just touch it. The 1-2. That's high. Taking pressure off himself to try and pull a ball into the corner, hit one over the fence. He just wants to put it in play. And when you do that, a lot of times good stuff happens. 2-2 pitch. And he shoots it foul.
How about the adjustment? Takes the high fastball just above the zone and then change up there. He stays back. He actually drives this ball well and protects the plate. Yeah, you could say, oh, well, he swung at a ball. You have to protect there. That's too close to just take. It'd be a good take if he did, but I don't mind that swing.
Hellman at third, McCutcheon at second, Nimmo at first base, and the 2-2 from Quintana. Chopped foul.
Going back and forth. As a pitcher, he's going back and forth. Hard in, soft away, and Josh Young is surviving right now.
The question is, can you lean one way or the other if you're Josh? I think the answer to that question is no. You still just have to be prepared for both. Big spot in this game. 5th inning. 2-2. Bouncer, shortstop. Tovar stumbling, throws to first, and he gets Young. And the inning is over. Rangers get a run in, though, on the Foscue homer. They lead 3. Disappointed in that, but excited for Foscue. Keep the offense rolling a little bit. A big fly deep to center field. And it's 6-2. Justin Foscue with a big home run a moment ago. What a blast. 425-foot home run means baseball fans score 2. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeruns.com. Thank you, Justin.
Like Talladega Nights. Do you remember that line?
I don't remember the.
It's like I'm hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Hopped up Mountain Dew. Tovar. He's had a good night today. 2-run double, a walk in the 3rd inning. Beeks gets him to foul that one. Count no balls and 2 strikes. So Jalen Beeks came in to wrap up last inning. And we got Hunter Goodman to fly out to left field. And he will try and give the Rangers a few more outs here. Foul back again. Ends up being kind of a bullpen day today for the Rangers, not by design. Mackenzie Gore left after 1 inning with tightness in his left lat. There's a swing and a liner to third, and Young makes the catch. 1 away. Speaking of Young, the play in the 3rd inning, the ground ball that went off his glove and into left field, 2 runs scored. They initially scored it a hit. It has been subsequently changed to an error. The 3rd error of the night on the Rangers.
Well, I think it's only 2 errors now because they changed one of the Zeeks to a hit.
So they get back to a hit. So when hit, error, and now it's back to a hit?
The official scorekeeper has reviewed the whole game and has made adjustments to stuff.
Okay, well, good times. Here's the pitch to McCarthy, and this is low, 2-0. That's spring training for everybody. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. We're mid-season. Come on now. We got to tighten it up a little bit. Foul back. 2-1 on McCarthy. Reached on an infield hit. Also struck out looking. So Gore had the early exit. Gray went 2 2/3, and now a swing and a miss. That'll even it up at 2 2 on McCarthy. Peyton Gray just outstanding. 2 of the 4 runs he allowed were earned, 2 unearned. A walk and 3 strikeouts. It's in the dirt, full count. Good news is that the Rangers bullpen came into the game very well rested. "3-2. And that It's in the air, center field, helmet coming on. He'll make the catch. 2 gone.
So on nights like tonight, Dave, Kamar Rocker's pitching tomorrow, correct?
Yeah.
You have to know, and I know he's a young guy, you have to know right now, I'm preparing to eat up innings for my team tomorrow. That's now part of your game plan. So, you know, I know he's sitting there talking to DeGrom, great person to talk to, but you have to know that. That's a known now.
But devil's advocate, shouldn't and isn't that sort of the thought process every time you go out?
Yes, but there's just that
more
kind of like, hey, I have to pick up. I love my 8 guys out there in the bullpen, and I'm not going to hang them out. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to decide to have a good start tomorrow. But you're like, I'm going to pitch more efficiently. If Skip asks me how I'm doing great.
0-2, bouncer left side of the infield, right to Young. Has time, good throw, retires Karros, and there it is, the second 1-2-3 inning of the night for Rangers pitching. On Monday night in Denver at 6-2. Rangers baseball on RSN is brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers. And by your North Texas Chevy dealers. Chevy drives Texas. And back here at Coors Field. We have played 5 innings. It's a 6-2 ball game. And Quintana got out of a bases loaded jam last inning. Rangers scored a run on the homer by Foscue, then loaded the bases with 2 outs. But got a ground ball off the bat of Josh Young. No further damage done, and is out again in the 6th inning. Pitch counts in pretty good shape. He goes 1-1 on Berger. But he's a veteran guy, right? 15th year in the big leagues. He's been through some of the battles before, and working with a 4-run lead. Feels like he can go out and take even more pressure off his pen. It's ahead 1-2. Well, we learned this afternoon that the Rangers had to put Corey Seager on the injured list, the 10-day IL. Back spasms, it's just been a little debilitating for him. Went and got some imaging done, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Berger strikes out, 1 away. So that was not good news. And it has been a few days since we've updated fans on the progress of Josh Smith. That situation with Josh Smith, such a weird one, as he was diagnosed with viral meningitis, and is not to be messed with. Ended up getting treatment at a DFW hospital. Bouncer at third base. Karros with a long throw. And it's in time. Danny Jansen turned back. But Smitty, now that he's had the treatment, remains in the hospital until he returns to full health, and that can take 7 to 10 days with that affliction. So once Smitty gets back up on his feet again, and we're hoping for that in about a week, then he'll have to go through a program to get back to, full playing speed. So it's going to be a little while.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, it's about the health and getting him healthy again. That's scary. Strike pitch here to Duran, and Quintana tries to tease him with that changeup.
That being said, the Astros are dealing with more than half of their starting players out, and the Rangers are dealing with, you mentioned those two, Langford's out for a while still, and it's part of baseball.
The dribbler here to third, Karros on the run, and his throw to first not in time. Duran beats it out, a little infield hit. It's the kind of good soft contact we like. So a man on, and Justin Foscue coming up. Let's check in with Laura.
The other thing with Josh Smith was he was originally placed on the IL with a glute strain, but then a couple days later he comes and realizes he has a wrist issue as well, and then a couple days after that was when he was diagnosed with the viral meningitis. So he now has several things that he's trying to work his way back from, which just has to be really tough for him. He's just had a grind of a season so far. You feel for him.
And hopefully when he comes back, all of those injuries are taken care of, but he's going to need to go rehab, as in he's going to need to spend some time in Arizona or in AA or AAA and play baseball.
Yeah, got to get the strength back and all that. I mean, a lot of the soft tissue injuries will have that time to resolve themselves during this time down, as you do have activity. Jaden Hill finally warming up for Colorado in that bullpen out there.
Well, and here's a guy in Foscue. Yeah, you know, this is part of baseball. He keeps hitting the ball well, keeps doing his job. He can find himself playing every day the rest of the year.
Yeah, you know, listen, some guys you get stuck behind players in your organization. You never get a shot. Sometimes you randomly get a shot. And Foscue's had one here, and he has delivered. Certainly tonight against Quintana, he takes low, ball one. A double and a home run against Quintana in his first 2 times up. See how aggressive the left-hander wants to be with Foscue here. 2 outs, a man at first. Here's a strike, 1-1. 91 pitches for the night. It's largely avoided trouble. It's 1-1, and it's up. They're fairly consistent inning by inning. Kind of remarkable it only took 22 pitches last inning. Foscue pops this one up. Foul territory and just out of reach.
Thought for a second there Rumsfeld was going to try to dive into his dugout again and make a play.
Well, and hat tip to him to go over there and do it again. Went tumbling down and landed on the steps. That was in the first inning.
Here's the one to end the first inning here, reaching into his dugout, making the play, and then flipping over.
Relying on all his buddies to help him out. Where are you guys? We'll look over at first, and Duran back in there easily. Quintana delivers, and that one is lined out to the alley and left center field, base hit. Good start for Duran. He'll be able to score easily. Foscue will stop at second with the RBI double. Drives in the Rangers' 3rd run of the night. He's had all 3 RBIs.
What a game. Trying to go up. The pitch is not up enough. It stays in the zone. Every ball for Foscue has been hit over 100 miles an hour today. And I thought for a second, we talked about Shin-Soo Choo and his cycle here. I thought for a second he might have a triple.
Almost. I mean, it was a possibility. With 2 outs, he wasn't about to make that out at 3rd, though. So that does it for Quintana. Big base runner in Foscue out at 2nd base as the Rockies say hello to their bullpen tonight.
Scott and White Health Game Diagnosis is Justin Foscue's day today as he hits this one 430 feet for his first RBI of the game, and then here's the home run to dead center field for his 2nd RBI of the game, and here's his 2nd double of the game for his 3rd RBI of the game.
What a night. So now Alejandro Osuna batting here. Foscue's first multi-hit game in his career. That's kind of hard to believe, and they're all extra base hits. Jaden Hill, 26-year-old right-hander. That one's fouled off. So he's the first man out of the pen tonight for Colorado. 20th appearance of the season, 3.31 ERA. A base hit here really would be a big lift. And that one is into left field, and a sliding catch out there by McCarthy. That one almost got away from him. I don't know if it just sliced, but he barely able to reach out and reel that one in. Inning over.
Very nice play. The Rangers almost had a few more runs, but that one's taken away from Osuna. Nice sliding play. Rangers get on the board, 6-3 Rockies.
Well, it's 6-3 Rockies, and Alejandro Osuna stays in the game in left field. And the Rangers, I think another Standard Insurance call to the bullpen. Gavin Collier has come on.
This game's in reach for the Rangers.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. We're a long way from done here. That's the first pitch from Collier is lifted into left field. Osuna covering some ground. He was positioned well, and he makes the catch. Boy, that's so critical in this ballpark.
I love how hard Osuna goes after the ball immediately. He doesn't glide to the ball, he sprints to it and then slows down to catch it while he was having, did you see the card in his mouth?
No.
He did not have the card set in his back pocket, so he's running with the card in his mouth.
That's fantastic.
Sometimes they say open your mouth so you don't bob your head so much, so your eyes kind of stay open, but he couldn't do that.
Fulford, he takes a strike. He's 0 for 2 today.
So watch Osuna running to catch the ball, and look at his mouth. Scouting report, he talked to you. He was positioned correctly.
Yeah, well, thank goodness. Because that's not a, off the bat, if you think about where a guy is traditionally placed, you're like, well, that's down. That's a gapper. But he was shaded over that way and had just enough time to, on the dead sprint, get there and make the play. It's outside. 3-1. There's a science to the positioning of outfielders. There's also a little bit of art to it. And the Rangers, to their credit, they do a good job of marrying the two as Fulford works the walk. Man on here now for the Rockies, and the lineup turns over. That was a big thing with Tony Beasley when he was in charge of positioning outfielders. They gave him the leeway. And look, analytically, here's what our data says. This is where the guy should be. But if, for whatever reason, you know something and you want to make an adjustment to it, go ahead. But let that be your starting point. And he would. They would start him in those spots and then make the little micro adjustments. And they were really, really good at that. It's another ABS challenge here. And we'll take a look.
It was a good challenge. I never thought it was a strike at any point. And this one, when it's that far away, we don't even give an inches out.
Right.
Too far to show you.
Ruler doesn't go that far. Gives his strike there to Castro, 1-1.
And I believe it's Jankowski now who has that.
Yeah, that's pulled foul. Well, you think about the way the Rangers have played defense the last couple of years. Last year won the team defensive gold glove. Janko's first year coaching. First base coach, and does help place the outfielders. And yeah, It's a lot. It's constant. It was always fun talking about it afterwards. The runner goes. The pitch is high. And there's no throw offered. Fulford with an easy steal of second. That's a second stolen base today.
Second for him, third for Colorado.
Well, this is not great right here, as we'll have a visit for Collier, and apparently some fear that maybe there was something mechanical or whatever that they saw. Sean Fields, athletic trainer, was the first one out there. It's a short visit, so apparently he's okay. Sean and company head back to the bench. So we're going to call you here. That little maneuver right there, that little shake. Well, they don't miss a trick in the dugout, huh?
Well, and then especially after Gore was taken out after one inning today.
So Fulford at second, and this one is lined out to right field. That's a base hit. That will get Fulford to the plate easily. Nemo has to take it off the wall. Castro with the RBI double. It's 7-3.
That's a good job of hitting right there. That's not a bad pitch, but for a lefty, they do like, most of them, dropping that head and then running to first base there with the swing. And that's what you see right there from Castro.
7 runs on 7 hits for Colorado. Here is Brenton Doyle, and he takes ball 1. A walk, a strikeout, an RBI single today for Doyle. He's also stolen a base and scored 2 runs. Collier gets him to chop this one left side of the infield. Young throws him out. 2 away. Good job there by Castro to retreat to second base. He took off like he might go to third, but that is an old base running rule. If that ball's hit in front of you on that left side of the infield, you get back to second.
You think he can hear what Zeke's saying through his mask?
Possibly cannot.
You know what I'd be scared with as a position player with that? Is if I move quickly, is there a way that could accidentally go up and cover my eyes?
I mean,
it's so close.
It is close. It's form-fitting.
Okay.
Nice and tight.
I've never worn one before.
You've never worn one?
No.
It's skiing or something like that?
No, I don't have the coordination to ski.
It's standing up on a slippery stick.
I've tried it before. I tried it before,
yeah.
And the first thing I did was I went backwards. I'm like, oh gosh.
Well, you were just learning. That's all.
I tried my best. I was with the kids for a whole day, and not my kids, like the little kids. You're a 40-something-year-old man. Figure it out.
In the class?
Yeah. Going up the elevator bell or whatever they call that, and then going down and trying to figure it out. Whole day.
2-2 on Rumfield. Gosh, but I would pay to see that. There you go. Gets out there a little later.
Oh, man. Not made for me.
Never ever quit, Mike. 2-2. And fly ball out into right field, and that one caught by Nemo to end the inning. Rockies out a run. We're in Denver tonight in Lodo. Yeah, a couple blocks from Union Station, in fact. 7-3.
Our Chevy under the hood is the defense by the Rockies tonight. It started off in the first innings with Rumfeld making a nice play into their dugout, and it's continued. This has been somewhat of a game, not completely, but decided by the defense. The Rockies have made some really nice plays in this game to keep this 7-3 lead.
Yeah, well, you just hope there's enough time yet. As now the Rangers will go to the bench for a pinch hitter. Evan Carter will bat here for Hellman. And the first pitch he sees in there. Strike one. Rangers 3 runs on 7 hits. Oh, that's low. 1-1. Rangers might just empty the bench. Peterson preparing to hit for McCutchen next. 1, and that's pulled foul. Strike 2. Jaden Hill came on last inning to get the final out. A line drive to left field. And one of the more frequently used relievers for Colorado, and he strikes out Carter, 1 away in the 7th.
Good changeup here. Carter usually very good with 2 strikes, but that one turned. You can see the sideways spin. He foul tips it. But boy, you talk about using technology and everything. There's no way 15, 20 years ago you could really get a guy to get that side spin on it. I don't think so without all the computer technology you have now to get the rotation you want on those pitches.
Strike 1 on Jock Peterson, batting for McCutchen. And Jock takes a strike. It's 0-2. Well, a little conversation between Jock and our plate umpire, Adam Hammery.
Seems like the rain's picking up right now.
2-strike pitch. And that's low. Yeah, looking out to the light standards. See that rain coming down one more time. Here's the 1-2. Ooh, strike 3 called, and Peterson will challenge.
Batter shelving a call strike.
Jock with the ABS challenge here in the 7th inning. Didn't work out.
Texas has 1 remaining.
So both teams have burned 1 challenge.
I mean, just a perfect changeup there, and I understand that challenge. Also, the way it was caught, it was kind of pushed away. So when you're hitting there and you look back to the catcher, like, oh, that looked outside, especially where his glove's at right now.
Well, Nemo's 0 for 2 with a walk, and he takes one down the middle for a strike. Changeup from Hill. It's funny, that little move. I've asked a little bit about that. Like, is there something catchers can do to coax teams into bad challenges? And the answer is pretty much unanimously, like, that is a waste of time. Here's a bouncer down the line, foul. Like, the upside is that you coax somebody into making a bad ABS challenge and they lose one of their 2 challenges. The downside is that there are close pitches that you just don't get called. And you're not necessarily challenging them. And also, umpires probably not going to love that you're doing that. 0-2. But you can see where it could be tricky.
Well, they used to hate
framing.
Yeah, because the way the glove moves now over the last 5+ years, the umpire would tell the catcher, if you keep doing that, I'm going to call those balls.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch, and stays alive. Well, just a couple of hours south of where Nemo grew up and played his high school ball. Up in Cheyenne, Wyoming. takes strike 3. Boy, Hill strikes out the side in order in the 7th inning. Easily the best half-inning display of pitching we've seen tonight. 7-3, Rockies on top.
Well, guys, the conditions are certainly deteriorating here in Coors Field. I've got several jackets on. As you can see, I have this umbrella. But one person that has Coors Field weather down to a science is actually Skip Schumacher. When he used to be a first base coach for the San Diego Padres in the NL West, he used to have to come here a lot. And he said when he coached first base, he actually had a wetsuit on underneath his uniform. And the way that today is going, I am considering going to REI and buying one myself for tomorrow, because I could do with any extra layers at this point.
There's a chilly one out there. It's a good idea. Trap in that heat. Yeah, there are a lot of guys who would, back in the day, they would put Vaseline on, especially like their back. Oh, Willie Mays used to do that at Old Candlestick Park.
Gaylord Perry used to do it on his fingers.
That's true. Yeah, put it on the ball. Going into pitch here in the 7th inning. A Standard Insurance call to the bullpen. And Carter stays in the game out there in center field. And this one hit high in the air out to right field. And that is kind of pulling into that corner. He goes foul. Well, it's funny because the big story over the weekend, fan story really, was in St. Louis, the tarps off. Stephen F. Austin club baseball team in St. Louis or near St. Louis for the National Championship Club Baseball Tournament.
Okay.
They're big Cardinals fans. They went to the game. A swing and a miss, and Wynn gets a strikeout to begin the 7th inning. Well, on Saturday, they're excited about trying to just get something started and some energy in the ballpark, and so call it tarps off. They took off their shirts, their tarps.
Okay.
Take off your tarp. So
right.
it's all these guys started doing it way out in the corner. And got everybody fired up, and more people from the stadium were like, hey, this is crazy. And they ran over there. They take their shirts off, wave their shirts around. There's a pop-up into center field. Carter started back, now coming in. It will be Nimmo from right who ends up making the catch. Cardinals got him back out again the next day, then brought him into the clubhouse after the game. All this excitement, momentum. The players were talking about how fun it was. Now they're doing it in ballparks around the country. Everybody's like, tarps off, and they all do these crazy kids swinging their shirts and stuff. But I don't see it here tonight. What's going on?
Yeah.
Where's the enthusiasm here with the tarps off? Let's go, folks. Bouncer down to first. Berger. Good backhand stop. Underhands it to Wynn, and that's a nice, quick 1-2-3 7th inning for Cole Wynn. Yeah, tarps off, folks. Come on, get in the spirit. 7-3. Okay, back here at Coors Field. How about our Ford leaderboard, Mike? I've got some news you might find interesting. When you look at blown lead losses this year in the National League, the Rockies 11 blown lead losses, which you would expect the Rockies to be up there, not for any other reason other than their home ballpark does yield some wild finishes. The Rangers hoping maybe a little more of that today. Vodnik, the new pitcher. We're in the 8th inning though, so the Rangers aren't going to pull it off. They better get to work in a hurry here.
Need to get guys on the base. The goal is in the 8th and 9th inning is, can we get the tying run up to the plate?
Victor Vodnik, 26-year-old right-hander. He has an ERA of 6.5. He yanks on off the plate, ball 1.
Look at this. The pitcher was getting checked coming in, and the players are like, we're not going out to the field until you're ready to start warming up.
Yeah.
It's drizzling and it's cold.
This ball hit hard out toward right field and into that corner, and that one drops in for extra bases. And Young has his first hit of the road trip, and it's a double to open up the 8th inning.
That's a start you needed. Josh Young doing what he's done a lot, taking 97, top of the zone, letting it travel, and hitting the ball hard the other way.
All right, well, that's big. Lead man on here. Berger, the hitter. And Vodnik finds the outside corner, strike one. Vodnik does not have a hold yet this year. For what that's worth, you come into a game like this and you would hope to earn a hold, but he hasn't been able to do that. He has blown 2 saves.
Quick question, is this a hold situation up by 4?
I believe it is.
Okay.
But that is kind of a funny designation, right? It's one of those.
Because I know it's not a, like if this was the 9th inning, it's not a save situation.
One and 2 the count. And Vodnik. It's Berger to foul that one off. Fortunately, fouled it straight down.
Boy, that was right down the middle.
This would not be a hold.
Okay.
Because it was it is a 4-run lead. 1-2. And that was off the plate, but now a challenge.
To call the ball.
I think this one looked like a strike in real time, but I don't have the box to tell.
Rockies using a challenge.
All right.
And it's a ball.
Confirmed. Colorado has no challenges remaining.
They're out of challenges. Look at, I mean, what was he thinking? I mean, that is the tiniest of margins. Timeout by Berger as he backs out. 2-2.
There seemed to be a lot of fans yelling at, I don't know if they were yelling at the umpire, but it was a challenge. I don't know.
Well, just yelling in general. 2-2. That's in the dirt, so Vodnik has worked himself into a full count here.
He hasn't seemed comfortable with his landing spot. He just went back to the mound to brush off his cleats. He's looked down at his landing spot a couple times.
He is a really hard thrower, but a lot of times those guys lack a little command. And that one misses. That's ball 4. A double and a walk to start the 8th inning.
He does not like the mound right now. Sometimes you can make an excuse in your head when you're not throwing the ball where you want and there's adverse situations.
Well, and that's a dangerous mental game to play because that mound ain't changing tonight. Here's Jansen. Jansen 0 for 3. Vodnik's first offering. A little bit in. Guy averages now 99 miles per hour on his fastball. 98.8 miles per hour average heater. 6th highest average in the league. And here's a changeup for a strike. 1-1. Problem is, as the old saying goes, no one cares how hard you throw ball 4. There you go, a couple of runners. And it's 2-1.
These are some big misses too. Now the first one might have been a strike, but they don't have any challenges left. But that's another pulled pitch, not close to getting a hitter to commit to that pitch.
Young at second, Berger at first. 2-1 in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. And he's one bad pitch away from getting the tying run to the plate in this 8th inning.
Justin Foskey's in the hole right now.
And he's having a night. Here it is. Down low, ball 4. Back-to-back walks following the double. And the Rangers pushing it now in this 8th inning. And in a tremendous spot. And that's going to do it for Vodnik. He just could not find the strike zone. And the Rockies now in a pickle in the 8th. Bases loaded, nobody out in a 7-3 game. Words out, Mike. Tarps off. Let's go. He knows the score. Let's go.
There is no meat on those bones. Put on a shirt.
His dad handing him some clothing. Usually that's the responsibility of somebody with more common sense than the dad. Usually mom's the one there saying, like, put some clothes on. Brennan Bernardino is on now for Colorado. And Bernardino, he has been used more than anybody out of this Rockies bullpen. And part of the reason why, he has been their magician. 15 inherited runners, he's only allowed 2 to score. Now he gets a bases loaded jam in this 8th inning.
He can't keep that up.
Nope. Certainly not at that rate. Duran watches one outside. Ball 1. It did not go well for Vodnik. A double and 2 walks, and that made for a short night for him. 1-0. And there's a flare into center field. That's a base hit. 1 run is in. They'll wave Berger. He scores. Heading to third base, Jansen. And just like that, the tying runs on base in the 8th inning. 7-5.
Ezekiel Duran is having a nice game, too. 3rd hit of the game for him. This one just gets over the second baseman's head. And now, the best hitter of the day is coming up.
The Rangers couldn't feel better about the way this inning has come together now. You mentioned the hot night of Zeke. He gets in 2. And now you have the even hotter night of Foscue with a chance here. 2 men on, they're the tying runs. Foscue represents the go-ahead run. Rangers have not led in this game. Bernardino gets Foscue to foul that one away. You know what I love about the fans who are still here tonight? It's kind of like the old days of going to the Oakland Coliseum.
Okay.
Because anyone who got to the Oakland Coliseum was there for one reason, and they had very clear intent, enjoying a baseball game. These people are not here for the weather. They're not here to hang out. They want to see some ball, and they're getting it. And that one called a strike. Foscue wants the challenge. That looked low from here. We'll see, an ABS challenge. Yeah, that was low. Well, great work by Foscue.
Confidence growing.
Yeah. Double in a run in the 2nd, homer to the 5th, doubled in another run in the 6th. 2-1. And it's ball 3. Bernardino had only allowed 2 of 15 inherited runners to score this year. Has allowed 2 runs to score this inning already. 2 of the 3 he inherited. Here it comes. Ball 4. Foscue is on. 3rd walk of the inning for the Rangers. And they're loaded again.
And Osuna hit the ball well. His last at bat was robbed by McCarthy in left field.
Well, the Rangers with single tallies in the 2nd, 5th, and 6th innings. 2 runs in this inning And Osuna takes way off the plate.
I kind of feel like taking here.
I'm with you. I think I'd take if I'm Osuna.
Maybe you're looking for one specific pitch, and if you don't get it, don't swing.
He is swinging. Bouncer down to third. Karros touches the bag for 1 out. Throws to first, not in time. Another run scores. And it's a 1-run game. 3 runs across in the 8th inning. And it's 7-6.
This was a bad decision here. Why not throw this ball home? It's going to be tough to, he's playing 20 feet off the base. And look how far he has to run here. He ain't getting a double play doing that. I like the decision for the Rangers, but not a smart decision at third.
No, the other thing that's curious about that is a double play doesn't get you out of the inning.
No, so throw it home and you have a better chance of home to first than running to third there.
Yeah. So fielder's choice RBI for Osuna. There's a strike to Evan Carter. Left on left here. Now this is not a situation that has benefited the Rangers much so far this year. It has been a struggle against lefties for Evan. He shows bunt and he takes outside, 1-1.
Rumfeld is playing far back. He is not respecting a possible bunt.
Miss. That's strike 2, curveball that time. It's a wild one here tonight. 1 out. Minute first and second. Pitch on the way? No. Look back at second. Here it comes. Check swing roller. Third base side. Only play to first. And they get Evan, but he moves the runners.
In that situation, Evan Carter, not good lefty on lefty. That ends up being a quality at bat and giving you a chance here, especially with 2 strikes.
So now, Kyle Higashioka announced as the pinch hitter here for Jock Peterson. Rangers going to the right-handed bat now against this lefty, Bernardino. So you've got Foscue 90 feet away at third. And Bernardino, we've seen him uncork a couple of pitches this inning that have been a little bit of an adventure. And it's a chilly night. And on both sides of the field, you see guys having a little trouble just catching and holding the baseball cleanly. So we'll see. You got to be on your toes down there. Here's ball 1 to Higashioka.
And that's it, right? Skip Schumacher's emptied his bench.
Yeah. Used all 4 of his position players. 1-1.
It's a very hittable pitch.
It's 40 degrees at the moment. Feels like 33. Breeze blowing in. Base hit here gives the Rangers a lead, though. Maybe tied up. 1-2. Rangers have plated 3 runs in this 8th inning. Long look for Bernardino. Here it is. Foul back to the netting. Higgy fighting. And the runners, the 1-2. And a pop-up. Back behind the plate. Goodman makes the catch. And the inning is over. The Rangers scored 3 runs in the 8th inning. Ezekiel Duran had the big hit. That plated 2 runs. Got things going. They would add a run later. And we've got a ball game going to the bottom of the 8th. Hey, the Silver Boot Series presented by TXU Energy returns to Globe Life Field, and that's next Monday. You can get your tickets right now at Rangers.com. It's a 4-game series, Monday through Thursday. And despite their slow start in Houston, that is still going to be a competitive series, we could tell after this last weekend. Bottom third of the order coming up, a Standard Insurance call to the bullpen. Jacob Junis is in. First pitch, line to first. And Karros retired, 1 away. That is very much a Jacob Junis start to an inning.
You're right. It doesn't take a long time. Usually there's going to be contact, and it feels like there's going to be 3 quick outs.
It's crazy, man. I mean, that is a rod down to first, but you know what? Out. No big deal. Right down the middle with a strike here to Thompson. Thompson had a base hit. He's back in the 4th inning. And there's a ball, 1-1. I said that with a little bit of a question in my voice, because I had it as an error. So his was the one that they changed the scoring on. Go back, find the other hit. Error, hit. Change that back to an error. That's low, 2-1. Our official score today, he had a bad case of the Mondays.
It is Monday, isn't it?
It very much is. Here's a 2-2. And that is outside. I love how you won't mess around. That was a legitimate question. And I'm with you most days. In fact, during the baseball season, it's so often that on a Tuesday, I realized that the previous day was Monday. There's a ground ball to first, and Berger takes care of business. I don't know how to explain that other than Monday never occurs to me until it's Tuesday. Pretty dumb. How about a message here from Standard Insurance?
Did you just pay your insurance bill and say to yourself, I need to save money? Call, come by, or click to save hundreds, if not thousands.
Don't delay, call Standard today.
So a lot of times Monday feels like a Thursday or a Friday to me because it's the beginning of a new series. Fulford pulls one foul. And frankly, every series is a weekend series for me.
Okay,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it's really...
Because your getaway day is going to be Wednesday. It's going to be a day game. You can fool me that it's Sunday.
Foul in and out of the glove. Fulford today has stolen a couple of bases. He's got one via the walk and a fielder's choice. And he is one of the fastest guys in baseball. Very, very quick. 0-2, and that's low. We've hardly had a chance to mention it because the second he gets on, he's gone. He's taken off and darting off for another base. Here's the 1-2. And he lifts that into center field. Hanging up there for Evan Carter. He makes the grab, and we go to the 9th inning. Another great inning for Jacob Junis as he keeps it a 1-run game. Well, there you see it. 7-6. Rockies on top. The Rangers pushing in these late innings. Got a chance now in the 9th. See if they could tie this game, maybe even put themselves out in front. So Juan Mejia, this guy throws hard. Last year registered a pitch over 103 miles per hour. 19th appearance of the year. And starts with a curveball. That one drops in for a strike. You see a number of changes. Willie Castro has shifted over to third base. Edward Julian now at second, and Demoniak, technically the designated hitter. Now some heated conversation between the Rangers dugout and home plate. Adam Hammer didn't like hearing it. That's tight. 1-1. Now, if the Rangers were complaining about balls and strikes, they still have the challenge left. Nemo swings over the top of strike 2.
So I assume this was the first one that Skip didn't like being called a strike, but it did catch the plate. Oh, and then he wanted to challenge, but too late.
1-2, and that's down the line, foul out of play. Well, thanks to that 3-run 8th inning, the Rangers very much in this, the 1-2 pitch, and that's fouled off. And this is where Nemo can be a real pest.
What an awesome job of just touching.
Yeah.
This is the just touch it approach.
Here's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. He was trying to just touch that one as well. That came up empty, and that strikeout is the first down of the inning.
Well, a heater at 97, and that's pretty darn hard tonight. If you're pitching in 30-degree weather, you're not going to probably hit your peak speeds.
Here's Young, and Josh takes down the middle for a strike. I mean, he has been scoreless in 5 straight appearances for the Rockies. And breaking balls popped up, first base side. Play. That one is out of reach. Wrong field. He and that railing, quite a night. This one went a little harder, I thought. Youth.
Going for the first down, but got stopped. Doesn't look fun to your hips, does it?
It does not at all. And particularly other parts as well. You can really jam yourself up a little bit with that. Maybe loosen the spine, I don't know. 1-2, or rather 0-2, that's fouled off. They have asked Julian to, or rather Mejia, to save a couple of games, giving him 2 chances. He's converted both. This one on the ground, shortstop. And Tovar's throw in time. The Rangers will be down to their final out now. And Jake Berger, the hitter.
Well, they were able to score in the 2nd inning with 2 outs and nobody on, and in the 6th inning with 2 outs and nobody on. They're looking to do it here in the 9th now.
Berger walked in the 8th inning, scored a run. And he goes right after that first pitch, a sweeper, strike 1. And even though this guy does have an electric fastball, he's got a really good sweeper. He uses them about equally.
47% whiff rate on his sweeper.
Strike pitch. Berger flares out to right field. Thompson late start, drops in, base hit. And he bobbles it, but Berger will hold at first. Again, just the kind of night your hands getting a little numb late. Ball still slippery.
Gets jammed, but places it perfectly into the outfield grass, and then it gets away, but not far enough. And it's a good decision by Berger here. He wasn't going hard here, I understand, and then good stop.
So Danny Jansen takes outside. Now, the other thing is, we mentioned it earlier, the Rangers have used their bench. They have nobody to run for Berger. He is the tying run. 2 balls, no strikes. Boy, and Berger getting an earful right now. Smallish lead. And there's a strike. 2-1. Jankowski, though, he's got a lot that he's been trying to communicate to Berger. Pitch. High fly ball. I mean, that's way up there. Mile high here in the Mile High City. And it'll be handled by Julian. And that's how this one ends. Pop up into short center field. The Rangers come up empty in the 9th. They put up a fight in the 8th inning. Made it a game, but they dropped the opener in Denver. 7-6 the final score. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up for you here in a moment.